All right, you're on mission. Everybody in a group, everybody on mission. You're on mission. What do you talk about? What do you say? Where do you go? Well, I would begin with things like, hi, my name is Mike. Of course, you won't say my name is Mike because that's my name, not your name. But I would start with a casual conversation. Just, hi, my name is Mike. You give them your name. I'm here from Brentwood Baptist Church, or I'm here working with this organization. How can we help you? Tell me your story. Are you a native of Nashville? Did you grow up here? When did you move here? What brought you here? Just to get to know the person. And then the Bible tells us that the Apostle Paul would always do one thing. He would always tell his testimony. He's on trial for his life in front of Festus at the end of the book of Acts. What does he do? He preaches a sermon. He tells Festus, I was on the way to Damascus. He tells King Agrippa, this is where the Lord appeared to me. And since that time, he says, I have not been disobedient to that heavenly vision. So what's your testimony? A good gospel conversation, you need to have 3 testimonies. Okay? Hold on. Don't panic on me. Stay with me. 1. I want one testimony that's 1 minute long. I want one thing about who Jesus is in your life that you can tell somebody from the 2nd floor of the building to the 3rd floor of the building on an elevator. If somebody hits the floor number, the door's closed, and they say to you, you're a Christian, tell me why, and you've got 1 floor to do it, what do you tell them? 60 seconds. I'm a Christian because I believe following Jesus is the best way to live. He gives me wisdom, power, strength, understanding of what matters in life. Okay? 1 minute. I want a 5 minute. Okay? You're in a group. Somebody says, hey, take a few minutes to introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Mike. I'm a follower of Christ. Here's why. Then I want your full-blown testimony. Now, your full-blown testimony, it doesn't mean I was born as a very little baby, and I don't necessarily need to know that you walked the aisle when you were 7 like I did, but I need to know the full thing. Here's where I realized that following Jesus was the most important. Here's why I followed Jesus. And here is the most recent example of what happened as I followed Jesus and trusted his word. Here's where I didn't believe he would tell me the truth, and he did, and here's how it worked out. I would love for you to know more about Jesus and join me on this journey. I would love to talk to you more about it. It's always about your testimony. They can argue theology, they can argue philosophy. What they cannot argue with is your story. Now, don't be preachery when you do it. I know, I'm a preacher. I know when you're preaching, that's a negative. I understand that. Just share your story. This is where I was. This is what happened. This is what I've learned. This is what I know. This is what I found to be true. This is what I found that matters. And doing that, ask them what they know to be true. How have they found out what matters? Are they sure that they're living the life that they want to live? Then invite them to a further conversation. That's a whole gospel conversation. Now, these things are going to happen. Okay? You are going to be in that 1 minute situation. You are going to be in that 5 minute situation. You are going to be in that 30 minute or longer situation. It's going to come. So what are you going to do? You're going to practice. Okay? I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write down the short version, the middle version, and the long version. I'm going to write it down, and I'm going to commit it to memory. I want to commit it to memory so if you wake me up and throw me out of bed at 2 in the morning, I can give you all 3 speeches from heart. Okay? It's going to happen. The worst thing is for you to be in that situation where somebody hits the floor number on the elevator, the door's closed, and they say, hey, you're a Christian, tell me why. That's not a good answer. Be ready. Always be prepared to give a defense, an apology, a testimony for the faith that you have. So you're going to write it down, all 3 versions. You're going to practice them till you have them memorized. Then when that moment comes, you're going to say, this was what Mike was talking about, and you're going to know what to do. Okay, That's a lot of work. You better get started. I'm going to give you 60 seconds. See you tomorrow.